Imagine Adolf Hitler, the man whose ideology plunged the world into the chaos of World War II, suddenly waking up in the year 2025. The question is, how would such a polarizing and infamous figure react to the state of the modern world? Let's dive into this hypothetical scenario to explore how Hitler might perceive the transformations of society, politics, and technology over the past century. First, Hitler would undoubtedly be overwhelmed by the rapid pace of technological advancement. From smartphones to artificial intelligence, the sheer ubiquity of modern technology would be incomprehensible to someone from the early 20th century. The Internet alone, with its open access to information, freedom of expression, and global connectivity, would likely baffle him. Hitler, who relied heavily on propaganda to control the narrative in Nazi Germany, might find the idea of individuals freely disseminating their views both empowering and terrifying. He might even see the Internet as a double-edged sword, a tool for manipulation and control, yet impossible to entirely suppress. Politically, Hitler would face a world that has largely rejected his ideology. Nations today, particularly in the West, have embraced democratic principles, multiculturalism, and human rights as fundamental values. The rise of international organizations like the United Nations, aimed at fostering peace and cooperation, stands in stark contrast to Hitler's vision of nationalism and racial superiority. He would likely be shocked and angered by the progress in civil rights, the eradication of colonial empires, and the prominence of diversity in leadership roles worldwide. The election of figures like Barack Obama, the first black president of the United States, would be incomprehensible. The modern military-industrial complex would also intrigue and terrify him. While he might admire the advanced weaponry and technologies developed in the years since his death, the nuclear age and the concept of mutually assured destruction would likely seem paradoxical to his militaristic strategies. The idea that no one wins in a nuclear war would undermine his belief in absolute victory through strength. On a cultural level, the commodification of his image in media and entertainment might deeply unsettle him. Films, documentaries, and even parodies have turned him into a subject of study and satire. To be reduced to a historical cautionary tale or the butt of jokes would likely infuriate a man obsessed with legacy and power. He would find the global condemnation of his actions and the continued efforts to educate future generations about the Holocaust both humiliating and infuriating. Finally, Hitler would have to grapple with the existential question of his own relevance in 2025. The world has moved on, learning from the atrocities of his regime to build systems designed to prevent such horrors from recurring. His ideology, while not entirely eradicated, is widely discredited and despised. The idea that his vision of a 1,000-year Reich has been replaced by an era of global collaboration and individual freedoms would be the ultimate defeat. In conclusion, Adolf Hitler's reaction to the world of 2025 would likely be one of shock, confusion, and rage. The progress humanity has made in technology, social inclusion, and global cooperation would stand in direct opposition to everything he stood for. This hypothetical scenario reminds us of how far we've come as a society and underscores the importance of continuing to build a world where the values of equality, freedom, and understanding prevail over hatred and division.